Okay, what is going on, y'all? Um, Long time no talk. It's been some time. I have taken a dramatic break away from YouTube and away from getting in front of the camera like this. Although, if you guys, keep up with my content creation, I do post a ton on Instagram. I'm sure some of you from Instagram will be watching this, and to those of you who do, thank you, whether you're from Instagram or not from Instagram, or whether you don't know me at all. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to sit here with me and talk to me. Um, because it has been so long, I kind of want to just reintroduce myself and kind of what the channel is about and why it is that I'm here in front of this camera right here. Um, I have found in myself that I am a self-improvement junkie. I think that to a degree, we all can be addicts. Um, and we can all have healthy addictions and, poor addictions that cause us suffering. But I think something that I am very much addicted to in a healthy way is self-improvement. And that's what this channel is all about. Mental, physical, spiritual guidance, the wisdom that I have obtained over my years that I can provide to you. Therefore, hopefully you guys can find some sort of, knowledge and wisdom and of some sort of importance to you guys. That way, you can learn from me, or you don't have to make the same mistakes that I make, or the things that I have found that work for me. I hope to share them with you in hopes of them working for you as well. So, like I said, this channel is all about self-improvement and me having these heart-to-hearts with you guys, to those of you that have an attention span longer than a 30-second TikTok video, because that's just kind of not my style. I prefer to have heart-to-hearts like this, and this means something more to me. And it's kind of a way in which I vent as well. I am a personal trainer, so a lot of times I find myself being a therapist, to say, literally a therapist to a lot of people, and I take on a lot of different emotions and traumas, and for good reason. Like, I'm very proud that I'm in a position where I can provide guidance to people and be there for people, because we all need somebody to talk to, and I'm that person for a lot of people. And honestly, I genuinely feel as if that is my purpose, and that is why I'm still here, and that's why I'm alive and I'm living and I'm breathing, because I feel as if the energy that I can provide, to those in need, or to those who maybe don't even think that they need it, but I impact people on a subconscious as well as a conscious level, where people enjoy being around me and I can help them improve. That's a very long and probably unwanted explanation for a very simple intro to this video. But really, man, I just want to talk to you guys about the expectations of life, and the expectations of the root of all suffering, and why it is that we suffer, and why it is that we live so much in our head, and allow the ideas of others to impact us to such a high degree, rather than just being. And this video is a good example of that. Sometimes I kind of get in my head and I won't make content. When I first got into YouTube, I really was scared to speak my mind, because I didn't want to offend certain people. I didn't want to post certain things on Instagram to be canceled. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And what I've learned is that you cannot please everybody. I have been reported for the craziest things on Instagram, and I've had people call my work, and report me for things and accuse me of things that are just totally based off of assumption. But That's what humans do. Humans assume based off of their perception, of their own reality, and people will meet you at the conscious level that they're capable of meeting you at. And that is something that I've really grown to understand as I become older and as I become more mature and loving of myself, and I understand myself more. I truly do realize, that you can't control people and you can't control certain situations, and you cannot force people to see the value in you, whether that be a partner, a parent, a grandparent, a cousin, a job, a boss. It doesn't matter. You cannot force people to see the value in you. And I think the sooner that you guys recognize that, you will then, bringing it back to the beginning of the video where I talked about expectations, you will lose the expectations of trying to be enough for people, trying to be enough for your loved ones, trying to be enough for this job that quite frankly doesn't give a shit about you, trying to be enough to someone who doesn't see the true value in you. And when you realize this, you then begin to see the true value in yourself. I want to kind of reiterate what I said and bring it back to the idea that people will meet you at the level of consciousness in which they can meet you. And everyone's idea of who you are is going to be different. For example, today I was playing basketball and I had someone really foul me hard in a disrespectful way. And I became upset, and I turned around as if I was gonna get in this person's face, and I obviously wasn't gonna get in this person's face because that's not who I am. But I called him out on it, and so my point is his perception of me is probably this guy is aggressive, this guy is a dick, this guy is an asshole. Maybe he fouled me on accident, which he didn't, but this is just an example. Maybe he fouled me on accident, and because I react in an aggressive, assertive way, someone that I've never met before, now they associate me with aggression, right? But on the same hand of things, maybe, the other day, and I'm not using this to flex at all. The other day I was carrying my groceries to my car from the grocery store, and there was this old man. I spoke to him, and he was 85 years old, and he was pushing his basket by himself, and he was very slow, and he couldn't even hold up the basket, let alone, I knew he was going to struggle to put these groceries in his car. So I stopped him, and I introduced myself. I said, "Hello, sir, my name is Tyrone. I wanted to know, would you mind if I put those groceries in your car for you?" And I have to approach people very carefully, because I can come off intimidating, and I recognize that about myself. I got the tattoos. A lot of times I got my do-rag on. I have the chain out. And this was an old white man. Not to say anything, but he was an old white man. I recently moved, as you guys can see, so I live in a different neighborhood with a different crowd of people, but I came up to him very respectfully, and I just let him know, that I wanted to put his groceries in his car for him. And he said, "Yeah, you can do that for me. That would be very nice." And an older lady, I don't know, had to have been in her 40s, was walking by while she heard that, and she stopped me and she said, "Thank you so much. I hope that my son will be like you one day." And I wasn't doing that for any sort of validation. I'm doing that because that's who I truly am in my heart. And I would hope that if someone saw my grandparents, they would treat them the same way. And at some point I'm going to be that old, and I hope that some young man or some young woman would try to assist me in that way if they needed. But my point is that older man and that older lady, that their perception of me is going to be that I'm this kind-hearted, generous man, whereas the guy that I played basketball with, I'm this assertive, aggressive dickhead. And I think as I was younger, I was really trying to be this perfect person in everybody's head and really trying to almost play this character that I wasn't, rather than just being true to myself and understanding that I cannot control people's perception of me or the stories that they tell. You know, even when it comes to ex-girlfriends, like exes in the past, you know how it is, like girls will lie on your name and say things and kind of fabricate stories because they don't like to take the accountability of things from time to time. And that's not even just women, that's exes in general. You know, people will fabricate stories, you know, to fit the narrative so that they can feel more comfortable, you know, not being in a relationship, or really trying to convince themselves that you're the bad guy. But that's neither here or there. I would become very upset, you know, because now I have her telling her friends and their friends telling these people, or her telling her family this fabricated story of me that I know to me was not true. It was not who I am. You know, I didn't do the things, or I wasn't this monster to say that these people created me to be in their head. But like I said, as I matured, I really just learned that these are, you know, whether or not they're true perceptions of me, these are not things that I can control, but truly who I am at my core, my charisma, my characteristics of how I love people and how I love myself will speak for itself, and it will vibrate for itself. And me, you know, living in abundance with myself and having expectations for myself and how people treat me, you know, that's going to furthermore help me be true to who I am, rather than try to be a pleaser, in a sense of, you know, trying to make everybody happy. Because you can't, you know, you can tell somebody 10 times yes, and that 11th time when you say no, you know, now you're an asshole, now you're a dick, you know. So quick little video for you guys, kind of went off on a tangent here. I want to get back to, you know, getting in front of the camera and making videos like this. Life is crazy, I will say that. Life is beautiful, life is crazy. I'm thankful, you know, for the good days, the bad days, the joy, you know, the pain, everything that comes along with it. And that's kind of kept me away from making videos. In order for me to get in front of the camera like this, I really have to go through life sometimes, you know, for months on end, or however long it takes me to heal from things and get through things and understand my emotions, to then be able to provide you guys with wisdom and information. Because I'm not going to speak on anything that I don't feel confident in. I would feel as if that's very fake of me. So it's important that I address things within myself before trying to give advice to you guys, or to anyone for that matter, if I haven't healed from within and taken the time to learn and fix problems within myself or problems within my life. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video kind of went on for longer than I would have liked it to go. We're pushing 14 minutes here. But I'm happy to be back and making content for you guys and making video. So I hope you guys are, you know, taking care of yourself and in a good place mentally. If you're not in a good place mentally, understand that you will be, and the storm will pass. So thank you for watching.